Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.
This is Coogan Cassius for iFull TV in association with Matt and Jim Marbella. We're in Sheffield here, the 4-fight week. With me I've got KELL BROOK, soon to be the new.
Absolutely.
They're very relaxed today, talking to the media area. Looking in good shape.
Yeah, I'm in great shape. I've been putting myself through it in training, listening to my coaches, nutrition, getting me sleep, just repeating that, and being very focused on getting this win.
Obviously, it's just gone 2 years now since you won that IBF title. It seems, I don't know if it seems a long time ago for you, or it doesn't. It seems like yesterday to you. Which one is it?
It has got. It's weird, you know. It doesn't seem like it was 2 years ago, but it also seems like it were ages ago. It's weird, but I think it's because I've been having the fights that the fans have been wanting. You know, something's come up, got injured or whatever, and managers have come and, you know, I've not been able to produce. The fans have been saying that, you know, I don't fancy fighting anyone any good and stuff like this, but they don't know the politics side. You know, I think that I've put all that to bed now with fighting the most feared man in the sport, 2 weights above me, and as soon as I got the text off Eddie, instantly I said that I want the fight. So it shows you what balls I've got, mate.
Obviously, opponent-wise, this is a far greater task, but 2 years ago you were being written off back then. Not many people really gave you the chance against Sean Porter going over to America. Like I said, opponent-wise, this is a far bigger task, but is there similar feelings with people writing you off ahead of next Saturday?
Yeah, I think there's more people writing me off for this fight. Everyone's to their own opinion. You know, we know the side of me. We know what we can do. We know in training. You know, I've been sparring with these guys, and the speed and the power's there and everything. But our team, I just need to, like I've said, that I want them top name, the top 5. People didn't believe me. I went out and got this big fight, Golovkin. You know, and I'm gonna show. You know, I've stood head to head with Golovkin. You know, you see me here today. I'm still coming down to make middleweight. People don't realise the size of me. You know, the legs, the arms, the power. I developed the speed. You know, and it's not. You know, it might be a bigger puncher than me. It's not gonna come down to the power. It's gonna come down to the mindset, the skill. Who can perform under them bright lights in such a magnificent arena at the O2? All the pressure, who can deal with it, you know, and I believe that I'm made for this shit.
You say it's not going to come down to the power.
No, it's not just going to come down to. Of course, everything has got an effect. It's not just going to come down to who hits the hardest. You know, I can knock these guys out. But I think it's going to be more, you know, the skill, the movement, you know, the boxing brain. It's not just going to come down to meeting in the middle of the ring and having a punch up. It's going to be down to the mind, the skill, having a walk when you want, doing what you want to do when you want to do it. It's going to come down to many things in this game. You know, obviously power is needed. You need the power for the respect, but like I said, everyone's on this hype wagon. You know, I know that he can punch hard, but until he punches me hard, I've got no respect for him.
But you believe, I mean, that aspect of Golovkin's game is a big part of his game, the power side. But you believe you can stand up to that?
Yeah, You're gonna see. You're gonna see me take a shot in this fight. You're gonna see, and we're gonna see what I'm all about, aren't we? But you know, his best thing for him, he can punch very hard. He can also take a shot. He don't mind taking a shot, and he can still knock people out once he's took a big shot himself. You know, in the same shot like he did the guy from Australia, who Darren Barker beat. You know,
Daniel Gill.
yeah, that shot what knocked him out. He got caught with a big shot. He knocked the guy out with this in the same transaction. But we're gonna see. You know, we're gonna see me hit him, move. You know, we're gonna see different things in this fight. You know, and I'm looking forward to it.
Do you believe that you beat everyone on his resume?
Yeah, I do. I believe that who's he really boxed? What stands out to you? Who's he really boxed? Really boxed? He's not really boxed anyone. There's no one on his record that I can't beat. Well, I won't say him to. You know, this is a massive test. You know, for both of us, it's a real test. And you know, everybody's jumping on the high wagon that he is. I've talked to people who are respecting the game, and nobody can really say anything negative, you know, about him. You know, so I at least I know, win, lose or draw, I've been in with the baddest man in boxing. You know, but I'm not looking at drawing or losing. I go in there in every fight of going in there to win.
What do you think of this sort of this view that people have that it doesn't matter if you win or lose because you can drop down to 147 and defend your title at welterweight? Because a lot of people have that opinion that it's like a no-lose situation for you, because if you don't come out on top in the fight next week, like I said, you've still got your title at 147 and you...
Yeah, maybe so, but you know, this is a serious sport. It's a serious sport you can legally get killed in. I'm putting my health, I'm putting my life, I've got kids, I'm putting everything, you know, into this. It's not about you can lose, and I don't think like that. You know, I've prepared myself to win. I've prepared myself 100%, you know, in training to win. You know, we can go down in boxing, you know, in boxing history with fighters fighting other fighters, and all the fans and even the media have wrote them off. One what stands out to me is Muhammad Ali and Sonny Liston. You know, 1 or 2 rounds he was supposed to go, and he went out and shocked the world. He shocked the world, and that's what I'm gonna do September 10th. Shock the world.
Some people say that you've got one credible name on your resume. Why has it got to 35, 36 fights for you? And there is a certain aspect of we still don't know how good you are.
Because it's politics. That's why I've been wanting the Garcias, Thurman, the Madanas. I wanted to make these fights, you know, with the top welterweight, you know. But this is don't you think we've been wanting to make these fights? We have, but the politics and stuff. It's like, it's not. I don't know if it's so-called the champion. It might be them or it's the people behind them. They're not letting us fight. Best should fight the best. Back in the day, the best fought the best. And I want, you know, look at how much attention this fight's got, because two unbeaten fighters with similar record are fighting each other. Someone's always got to go. Everyone's interested in this fight. Maybe they are because there's jumping up 2 weight divisions and everything else. But we're both known. We're both world champions. We're both win. We're both winning, and 2 fighters what both win. You know, when you get them together, you're gonna get a fantastic, you know, barnstorming fight.
I will ask you about Errol Spence. Knocked out Leonard Bundu recently to become your mandatory challenger at 147. Did you watch it, and what did you think?
I've not watched it, no, but I know about the result. You know, I think, you know, Errol Spence, you know, he's a very, very good, talented fighter, very, very good. You know, he's done everything asked of him. You know, that's a great win, beating Bundu in the way he did it. You know, fantastic. You know.
Your trainer Dominic wasn't too impressed. He basically beat up a 41-year-old old man.
It is what it is. But at the end of the day, you know, he's the first man. You know, Thurman couldn't do it. He's gone out there and done it. You know, he were made for Spence. You know, he's got the southpaw long, and You know, it were perfect, but he still went out and done what he's done. You know, he's a great talent, but he'd been mandatory. You know, at welterweight. You know, we're gonna see what happens. But I think that when I become undisputed middleweight champion, you know, will I go back down to welterweight to fight Errol Spence? You know, I've got all the belts. I'm the #1 fighter in the world in every weight division. I might have to go up again to Tyson Fury or something, or you know, what else can be. It's gonna take a lot, you know, after going through this and you know being such a fighter. You know, I'm gonna need them super exciting fights. If me and Spence, one of them super exciting fights, we're gonna have to give it to the fans and see what they say. You know, if you could put me in with different opponents, who would they want me to be in with next? You know, and that's what it's gonna come down to. It's gonna, after this fight and the attention that it's got for me, it's gonna take a, you know, it's gonna need. I'm gonna have to be in super big fights now. You know, I can't go backwards. I can't go backwards in fighting these names that are being fighting. I need to fight the best.
Chris Eubank Jr. has repeatedly, I think I've read some comments today again, that he's putting this down to a total mismatch. Obviously he's backing you, as in he wants you to win, but his comments suggest that he regards this as a mismatch. He'll defend his British title in Cardiff, I believe, on the 22nd of October.
Yeah.
So, thoughts on that?
What do you want me to? You tell me. What do you want me to say? What I'm to say is he's a British champion. You know, he's doing his thing. He can't. He's not reached this level. He's not reached. He's a British champion. You know, you should have some respect. You know, you should have some respect. He's just a British champion. You know, I think I'd like to see him fight Bradley Saunders again. That'd be
Billy Joe Saunders.
Billy Joe Saunders. I think that'd be it's captured imagination. You know, with what happened in the first fight and then back and forth. I think that'd be a great fight. You know, and who knows? You know, who knows? I could fight the winner. You know, I like. You know, I don't like. You know, EUBANK and his son. It's get a distaste. You know, when them two characters. You know, we're in this sport to fight the best and have respect for each other. You know, but there's just a dislike there, this taste. You know, I appreciate what he's doing. He's looking good. You know, he's doing his thing. But you know, you got to have some respect. You know, I've been British champion when I was 21, 22. You know, I'm a world champion, fighting the man in the sport. You know, he didn't. You know, I didn't lose no pen. I was there straight away and took the fight. You know, it shows you what a fighter I am. But you know, who knows? If the fans and people they like his chat, he does all his fighting on Twitter and getting the fights. You know, maybe we can lock arms in the future. You know, I think a lot of people. I've had a few people today actually said that they want me to beat him up, give him a crack. You know, because he's not a nice character. You know, I just want to give the fans the best fights. You know, they pay my bills. I've got time for anybody, and I show people respect who show me respect.
Do you watch UFC?
Yep.
Do you watch Conor McGregor and Diaz?
I've not seen it. I've seen it highlights of it, but you know, I didn't stay up to watch it. I'm in a pretty big fight, so I didn't stay up.
Thought you might have some downtime and just
5 in the morning. 4 or 5 in the morning. No. You know, I like Conor McGregor. You know, I like how he talks, like his fighting. I like the old.
What do you think? I asked Eddie about this earlier on. What do you think about when you hear boxers being linked with fights, whether it be MMA or boxing, with Conor McGregor? You heard it with Floyd Mayweather, more recently with Amir Khan. What do you think of that whole thing? Like I said, it seems to be at the moment a thing, like I said, for a boxer to be linked with a fight with Conor McGregor. happened twice in the last sort of 6 to 8 months. But what are your thoughts on it?
I don't know. It's like I think Mayweather were looking for, you know, an easy fight in fighting Conor McGregor. You know, don't get me wrong, he's a serious fighter, but that's boxing's just boxing. He does jiu-jitsu, boxing, kickboxing. He's got all different things in his arsenal. You know, boxing's just he's still not a not bad boxer. You know, but he's not on the level of Mayweather. But you know, I think that they mention his name because it does massive numbers, you know, and it's going to make him a good few quid. So, you know.
What about Khan saying he wanted to, or he would?
I don't know if Khan's doing it because, you know, he's like a bitch. He wants some attention. I don't know if it's that time of month for him or what, but you know, I think that he's seen me getting a bit of attention in this fight, and maybe thought, oh, I'm gonna shout Conor McGregor's name out. Did they have any intention of fighting him? You don't know what's going off in that guy's head, but what else can I say about the matter of Conor McGregor? Is a super fighter, is a wicked entertainer. You know, if he were ever serious about fighting, it would capture the imagination. It'd be a good fight. You know, he can actually fight a bit. I've not watched too much of him. You know, his stand-up boxing, but I've seen him destroy guys in the UFC. Octagon.
Nothing you'd ever consider then?
Sorry?
Nothing you'd ever consider then?
Nothing I consider?
No, nothing you'd ever consider doing UFC or MMA?
No, I don't think so. Who knows? You know, I've not trained, I've not done it. I might have a few classes or sessions or whatever, and I might just fall in love with him, smash people's shins in, and want to just elbow them and drop kick him. But you know, at this moment, you know, I'm a boxer, and that's all I do.
11 days to go. Fight week starts next Tuesday with a public workout. This is getting
It's getting very good. You know, I'm buzzing, and like I've been going on about to you. I'm excited, and I can't wait for the big build-up. You know, fight week, weigh-in, conference, fight.
beast mode.
I put myself through it. I've had a great camp, been in Fuerteventura training, being here, Alan.
Been sparring with Liam Smith.
Science, been sparring a bit Liam Smith, been sparring the guy who EUBANK's going to be fighting.
Tommy
Langford, a few Liam Williams. You know, I've been getting some sparring. They've been pushing me, being good, competitive, a lot of respect for each other. But you know, we'll let our hands talk when we get in that ring and spar. You know, they've been preparing me good for this fight.
Alright, Kel, I know you got to get off, so I'm not going to take too much of your time. Thank you very much for talking to IFL TV, and we're going to catch up with you next week, fight week.
Yeah.
GGG Brook.
GGG Brook. GGG BBB. Bad boy Brook. Big balls Brook. The man. We're going to shock the world.
Thank you very much.